Another Losi XXT stadium truck has arrived to the channel. Just one issue. I already broke it. What's going on, RC Retro fans? In this episode, we're going to take another look at the Losi XXT stadium truck. Now this stadium truck, not this particular one, but the XXT was featured on the channel a few months ago. We did a standalone video where we kind of looked at all the stadium trucks that were put out by Losi leading up to the XXT. We went over the features of it, got it on the track for some action footage. It was pretty cool. And then we featured this in our first Versus video where we put it up against the team associated RC10T3 to see which of these stadium trucks had the best overall lap time, or average lap time that is. And needless to say, I was really impressed with the XXT, and so I really wanted to add one to my collection. The only issue was they were a bit on the pricey side or they weren't in the greatest condition. And so I kind of just been stalking the Facebook groups and eBay for quite some time, and I finally found one. It was an auction. I bid on it, and I actually won it for $130. It wasn't actually $130 because when you figure in the tax and the shipping, it came out to a little bit above $150, but it was in decent condition, at least from what I could see in the pictures. And then when I opened it up and gave it a once over, I just realized it was just really dusty and dirty. And once I got it cleaned up, it was in near perfect condition. I want to say almost mint. It didn't even look like this was ran. And yeah, as far as the body, I mean, the body definitely has that retro 80s, early 90s look to it with the neon colors. I wasn't so crazy about it when I got it, but once I cleaned it up, it's kind of grown on me, and I actually like it. I'm going to leave it as is and run it just with this body on it. And I love those vintage Novak stickers on there as well. You know, it's all about vintage for me, so just going to keep it as is. Pretty much came to me without, well, like I said, in perfect condition. Just had to add my own electronics. There were a few things missing, but I'll go over that in 1 second. And then, of course, I'll tell you how I broke it. So first off, has the original Losi springs on here. Really cool back in the day. For the different spring rates, they use different colors, the neon pink, neon green, the neon blue. I'm not sure which one is soft, medium, or hard, but I had the pink ones on here. And again, you know, mint condition, can't complain. So I'm just going to go with what we have on here right now. As far as the transmission or the diff, very smooth. It has, you know, a slipper clutch on here. It also has, what do they call it? The Hydro Drive system, which I went into a little bit more detail in the prior video on the XXT. The only thing it was missing were the battery straps, so I just went online and got myself a set of the PureTech Velcro battery straps on here. One of the most important pieces that was missing was actually the gear cover, the clear gear cover on the back over here that covers up the slipper clutch and the Hydro Drive system. And believe it or not, very hard to come by online. Once I got the car, I kept an eye out for this, and eventually one popped up on eBay, and it was an auction. And so the auction went up to about $38, and obviously I won it, but yes, I paid $38 for the gear cover, the clear gear cover on here. It was brand new, never used, and I just had to have it, and I couldn't even find a used one. So the fact that a brand new one popped up, yeah, I'm just that crazy enough to pay $38 for this. So, but all in all, it cleaned up nicely. I am running a Savox servo in here. It is not one of the very expensive ones. It's the entry level, just basic Savox servo for like $35, or maybe it was a little less than that. Like maybe it was like $30, give or take. Running a 21 turn brushed motor in here, and of course, Hobbywing 1060 ESC. Now, I actually, if I'm telling the honest truth, shot this whole video already, going over a long, lengthy overview again of all the, you know, the features of the Losi XXT. And then, after about 9 or 10 minutes of film footage, was going to take it out on the track. And I did take it out on the track. And took it on Phil's track. Spoiler alert, yes, Phil's track is done. We now will have a second track where we're going to be shooting some of our future race videos on and some running footage on there as well. But needless to say, the Achilles heel of this stadium truck was its downfall on Phil's track. You see, many people in the forums always talk about the front bulkhead as being the major issue with the Double XT. And sure enough, I witnessed this firsthand during our Versus video, trying to get fast lap time so this way it would, beat out the RC10T3 and get like the overall fastest average lap time. And in doing so, this is what happened. And so knowing that, when I was doing the original video for this stadium truck, which we're not going to pretty much see because I had to do it all over again because I broke the front bulkhead, I jinxed myself because I said, I really hope I don't break the front bulkhead. I'm going to have to be very, I don't want to say delicate, but very careful with this when I'm out running it during our race videos or during just, shooting video footage of this. And yes, I jinxed myself. So take a look. And so that's a chance I'm taking with this, and I have to be very cautious and make sure I don't do anything stupid and panic in our race night videos and hit the tubing because I don't need a bulkhead snapping, right? Now so that was pre-shot, about 8-9 minute video that I had to basically get rid of because I broke the front bulkhead. So I had to do the whole video over. Because that's what I usually do. I usually shoot the intro part, go over the car, and then once that's done, I take it out to the track and get some action footage, and boom, that's done. But I couldn't do that in this case because I took it out to the track, and about a minute into running it, cracked the front bulkhead. So we're going to get this taken apart, replaced with, and I have the part right down here, not a 3D printed one, which you could find online, but with an actual plastic one, and this is from Cebula Tech. I was about to buy a 3D printed one and off of Shapeways, and then I came across this on eBay. Cebula makes some pretty cool, aftermarket Lexan bodies and also some pretty cool parts. I think somebody also makes this in aluminum. I'm not sure, and if it is, it's probably on the pricey side. This was actually about $18, $19 and well worth it because it's not 3D printed, so it is, like I said, plastic, so it is a lot stronger than the 3D printed one. And we're going to swap this into the Double XT and then hopefully get some cool action footage. So let's take care of this right now. That was a quick fix. It only took about 15 minutes to swap out the old broken bulkhead for the new one. Now, if you have a Double XT and you break your bulkhead, I highly suggest going with a Cebula Tech. As far as the one that I have here, well, it went in nice and easy, fits perfect, no complaints. Now, we just got to get it out on the track for some fun. So I know in the beginning of the video, I told you how I broke the Double XT. Well, I didn't really tell you, I just kind of mentioned it. So here's what happened. So Phil actually has a driver stand on his track, and it's right on the straightaway. And I came out of the turn into the straightaway, hit it a little too hard, went a little too fast, lost control, went up on the tubing, and slid along the tubing, and right at the end of the racer platform, the stand, are cinder blocks to, where the steps are to keep them in place, and basically hit the cinder block and then heard that dreaded snap sound. Instantaneously, I knew I broke something. So I'll make sure I don't do that again, or at least try not to. All right, so, but for right now, we are good to go. So with that, hope you enjoyed the video, and now here's the action footage. Enjoy. Oh, there goes an arm. So much for the double XT. Just cracked the whole bulkhead. I went over the black tube and hit the cinder block on the corner of the steps. The dreaded bulkhead snapped.